All right, y'all. The time has finally come. Starting to wash the outside. Got the bottom of the back seat over there drying in the sun. Got most of the stains out. I think it's gonna turn out okay. I noticed a lot of people when they wash their cars, they always leave the gas filler area all dirty. You know, when you're washing the car, just take a couple seconds to open the hatch, spray it out, wipe it out with a cloth. No more nasty gas filler hatch. All right, y'all. So I tried to retire from detailing and I just couldn't get away from it completely. I had a nice flex polisher that I used for a while, and then I eventually sold it. And then I also had a smaller one and sold that. But anyway, I was on Amazon the other day and I found this little fine piece of machinery. I'm sure none of you are familiar with Iron Fist, and rightfully so. But basically, this was a $100 random orbital polisher that works with DeWalt batteries. So I am gonna give this a shot, and my first project with it will be polishing out the headlights on the car. So let's give it a shot and see how this cheap Amazon fake, not DeWalt, but uses DeWalt batteries polisher works. All right, so as y'all can see, the headlights on this car aren't too bad, but I still wanted to go ahead and polish them up a little bit and put some ceramic coating on them to protect them for a little while. So for that, I'm gonna be using just some off-the-shelf Meguiar's plastics, my new toy from Amazon, and a yellow pad. So we'll see how it comes out. My first impression is that the polisher is pretty loud, more than I was expecting. And I think this yellow pad that came with it might be a little on the soft side. So let's give it a wipe and see how it turned out. Still a little hazier than I had hoped, so I think I'm going to try a more aggressive pad than the yellow one. The yellow one's a little bit on the soft side. All right, switched it out to the orange pad. Let's see if this one does a little bit better. Now normally when you polish out headlights, you would put some painter's tape on all the paint around it, but the paint job on this car isn't really great, and this bumper is already pretty well trashed, so we're not doing that. All right, better after the second pass. I think I'll give it one more go with the same pad, and I'll try speed 6. See what max speed looks like on this thing. can't say I'm too impressed yet. I'm sure it looks better on the camera, but there's still some hazing on the top right here and a little bit through here. Ideally, I would like to smooth that out. All right, so I ended up going over that light again a couple times. I used the orange pad and the Plastex from Meguiar's. This is what it used to look like. So again, not terrible. You know, it still has light output below the haze, but this is what it looked like after. So that's with probably 5 polishes in total. I may be able to get away with 4 on the other headlight since I'll be using the orange pad the whole time. But all in all, not too bad. I gotta say I'm pretty happy with the new Amazon toy. Speed 6 works pretty well for the lights. So I foamed in the engine bay and sprayed it out and rinsed it earlier and gave it a little scrub with just the pre-soak. But there's definitely some oil and some kind of a dirty stain on this cover here. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit it with some chemical, guys. This is just all clean. It's just an all-purpose cleaner. So I'm gonna hit it with that and scrub it and then give it a rinse, and then she should be looking pretty good after that. That's where that spot was. Let's see if that comes out. Get down in that little groove. Moment of truth. So I can see that it still does have a bit of a stain on it, but after I dry it and put some dressing on it, I'm thinking it won't be very noticeable. Not sure if you can see that. Yeah, there you go. You can just see how it's like a little bit darker right there. All right, well, I'll dry it and throw some dressing on it. We'll see if it hides it. All right, so I just dried it and sprayed a little bit of dressing on it. This is an old Chemical Guys product called Bare Bones. I've probably been using this stuff for over a decade now, but I'm almost out of it, finally. I used to buy it by the gallon, so I just figured I would finish it up on this, but I don't know. I'll probably have enough to do the rest of the engine bay with it, and then I might be out of it finally. I don't know if I'll replace it with the same thing or try something new. Let me know if you guys are using something that you like better than Bare Bones for engine bays. All right, that's how she looks after the dressing went on. So not bad. You can still see a little bit of a dark spot on there from that stain. But look who just showed up. Mr. Glutton for Punishment, old school Beamer. And of course it's broken. Yeah, so here we are. Ryan was getting ready to put a valve cover gasket in and discovered.
So I got the valve cover off and discovered the timing chain was pretty loose and it was actually making contact right there. You might be able to see the little cutout that it made. But that's due to poor oil circulation for your timing chain tensioner. It's driven off oil pressure, and as you can see with the rest of the car, they didn't change their oil very often. It's pretty gunked up. So it looks like it lost its pressure in the tensioner, which allowed the chain to jump around. We're gonna check timing after this and order a timing chain kit and see if there's any other damage.